Hello and welcome back to another episode of Crash Test Games. My name is Christian and today I will be guiding you guys through the Abyss again. Today I'm going to do something just a little bit different. I've done some quick tutorials in the past, but today I'm going to kind of sum up the tutorials a little bit and start working on trying to get you guys into the Abyss as easy as possible. For as little ISK as possible as well, and make sure that it's as safe as possible, as a couple of the other videos that I've run have not been explained very well, so people ended up losing a couple of ships due to just having a few things not explained. So first things first, you're going to want to make sure to make a bookmark someplace out in the middle of nowhere, in a decently quiet system, so that you're not going to be getting hit by any sort of gankers. Second of all, you're going to want a ship fitting. So the fitting that I've got on this ship is a 2.1 billion ISK fitting. We have rapid missile launcher 2s. We have medium cap control circuit 2s, a EM screen reinforcer. I have a Pith X-type large shield booster, 2 faction C-type invulnerability fields, 1 Gistum, 1 Pithum. I have a Abyssal Afterburner on this one, but you can get away with a Tech 2. I've got a Tech 2 shield boost amplifier on here, a Republic Fleet large cap battery on here, and then 3 sentient drone damage amplifiers. Now, as you can see, I am not cap stable, but in electrical filaments, which is what I'm going to be doing today, that's not going to matter at all. I do have pretty high resistances here. Just keep in mind that you're going to get a 50 to 70% debuff on your EM resistance, which isn't an issue. That's why you have this EM screen reinforcer. I do get 770 DPS. Not all the fittings that we run through today will have this much, but I just want you guys to see what I'm running with. And then as far as shield boost, we get about 157.3 per second, and that's 500 per cycle. Alright, so without further ado, we're going to go ahead and warp off to our spot and get started.
Warp drive active.
Alright, so I decided to go ahead and dock up real fast to be able to show you guys this fitting here. Okay, so this is my T2 Abyss runner. So it's the second tier in difficulty, but this one, instead of it being 2 billion ISK, it is about 300 million. And most of that is honestly in the actual ship hull itself. Now, if you look here, I'm running T1 items on it. That's drone damage amplifiers, that's afterburners, the shield booster. The only thing that's faction on it is going to be the drones and this cap battery here. We have T1 invulnerability fields, the C5-L emergency shield overloader, the T1 screen reinforcer, though I do have T2 cap control circuits on here, and a T1 drone link augmentor. Now, what this does is it gives me 472.8 DPS. For somebody that's brand new, this ship will take about 3 days to train into. And you will get about 300 DPS, which is just fine for the T2 Abyssals. You're not going to have an issue with it. I tested it out on my alternate character, and you know it's all good. So if you guys need that, you guys can always contact me in game. I am Boba Fett 666567. And you guys can ask me for that fitting if you absolutely need it, but it's really simple. Alright, without further ado, now we're going to go ahead and undock and go back into the Abyss. Alright, now to get into the Abyss, first things first, you are going to need some filaments. I have T2 agitated electrical filaments right here. For this video, I usually run these T5 chaotic electrical filaments, but again, we're going to run these. They run about 100k for 2 of them, so about 50k each. Let's go ahead and activate. Alright, now that we're in here, first things first, we have a few smaller ships. We've got a vedmak and 2 damavacs. Let's go ahead and, yeah. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and approach the bioadaptive cache. Actually, you know what? Sorry, let me get you guys cued in on how I normally run these so that you don't get bad habits. Okay, so I orbit the bioadaptive cache at 30 kilometers. First things first, you're going to want to turn on your tank, obviously. Now here we have starving, and a striking. Now since we have starving, they are cap neutralizers, so we're going to want to take them out first. So let's go ahead and take out the small guy just to get some quick stuff done on him. There's some quick cap relief done. And then we're going to take out this vedmak next. Alright, now that the vedmak is down, we're going to approach this bioadaptive cache while our drones take out this striking damavac. Recall drones. Double click above so that you are still approaching and destroy the bioadaptive cache. Now if you notice I'm leaving these alone for right now, that's because you only get them if you have the extra time. If not, don't worry about them. You only have a total of 20 minutes to complete 3 rooms of this. If you do not complete all 3 rooms and get out within those 20 minutes, it will destroy both your ship and your escape pod. Let's go ahead and loot that. That's 500k right there. And let's head into the next room. Alright, here we have 2 battlecruisers. We're going to go ahead and orbit this at 30 kilometers. Now these battlecruisers are very, very dangerous. When they hit drones, they will immediately take your drones' shields out. So your drones can only withstand 1 or 2 hits from them before they are dead. The same thing goes with your ship as well. I mean, like, they don't hit super hard when there's only a couple of them, but if they do manage to hit you, it's going to hurt. So you want to make sure to orbit this. Now, my recommendation is once you're about halfway through the rats of the room, as long as there's nothing big like a battleship, that's when you start approaching the bioadaptive cache. Alright, let's go ahead and recall drones and launch a missile. Now for the cheaper fitting that I showed you guys, it's going to take 2 missiles to be able to take this out instead of just a group of 2. And the rapid light missiles do take 35 seconds to reload, so you want to reload between rooms if you can. Alright, and there's another 1.1 million. Alright, and jumping into our final room, we are only 4 minutes and 30 seconds in. So as far as that goes, we're doing really good time here. Alright, so we've got a battleship here, so that's great. I wanted to show you guys battleships if I could. We have a battleship, we have a snarecaster, and a spark needle. Now battleships, they do hit pretty hard when they do hit, but as long as you're orbiting, they don't really hit super hard. We have a snarecaster. We're going to go after the snarecaster first because he is a webifier, and our tank is partial a speed/kite tank, and partially a shield tank. So the last thing we want is to be slowed down if we can avoid it. Missiles to take out this other drone here. Lock onto the bioadaptive cache. Alright, and we're going to start approaching the biodepth cache. Now if you look, I'm trying to approach it at a bit of an angle so that I'm not taking the full force of this battleship over here shooting me. Because even in my skilla here that I have, this battleship right here, it can deal some decent damage. And the last thing we want is that to cause more issues. Alright, bioadaptive is down. Let's go ahead and strafe it. Drop some extra missiles on this battleship just to get the extra DPS. While we're still moving, we're going to go ahead and loot this and begin orbiting the origin conduit at 500. Now that's about it for T2 Abyss sites. When it comes to T5 Abyss sites, they're going to be a little bit more difficult though. So you're going to want to kind of gauge the difficulty that you can do. Now there is one more thing that I should tell you before I leave this, is that in this third room sometimes you will get two different gates. You'll get the origin conduit and you will get the proving conduit. You always want to go to the origin unless you are ready to PvP. Let's go ahead and get out of here now. And let's see what our spoils today are. We have a column gamma, some Triglavian survey databases, for a total of 2.75 million. Not too bad for just barely getting this all started off. All right. Well, that's going to be it for today for this portion of the video. That was our T2 Abysses. They're pretty easy. If you want to see some of the higher end videos, I've got some higher end videos that are coming out for new tutorials about T5s and T4s and such. As of right now, we're going to stick with just the T2 for you guys, just so that we don't have to worry too much about what's going on. Alright, always make sure you repair your ship in case you took drone damage or anything like that, and then drop into the next one. Alright, if you guys have any questions, comments, anything like that, feel free to let me know in the comments below. Once again, this is Christian with Crash Test Games. I am signing out. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. See you next time.